Hello and welcome. This video will cover how a simple knowledge organization system collection or SKOS collection is used in Semaphore. But first, let's understand what a SKOS collection is. Let's say you have tons of information covering manned space missions, including everything from Skylab to the International Space Station. How do we organize this information? What makes such a collection of information easy to understand isn't just having descriptions of the missions themselves, but it's how the missions are organized. Let's look at how a SKOS collection can help make our space mission model more usable and scalable by grouping similar concepts. Unlike a concept scheme that generally uses a classification model, grouping with a SKOS collection will not imply hierarchy. In our instance of Semaphore, we have preloaded a model about space missions. Concepts like Apollo 11 or Space Shuttle are defined in that model. Also, relational connections can be established between these concepts. If we want to group peer-level concepts without modifying their hierarchy, we can use SKOS collections. SKOS collections allow you to organize related and similar concepts into flexible groups. Collections can be shared, exported, and refined without changing the underlying classification. The member concepts of these groups remain rank neutral. Let's discuss 3 reasons to use collections. You get enhanced semantic search with a SKOS collection. This can increase the relevancy of your search results. With SKOS collections, concepts like spaceship might also mean starship. By organizing your documents into collections, you create context and meaning to enhance tasks such as knowledge discovery and analytics. Collections make it possible to connect with platforms such as MarkLogic or SharePoint to ingest classification results directly from a Semaphore query. You can then perform tasks such as reporting, analytics, and audits. You can do logical grouping for efficient management. Collections help to arrange and manage documents based on criteria such as project, department, and outcomes. Let's examine the Semaphore user interface to understand the 3 core building blocks. These are concepts, collections, and concept schemes. A concept is the core entity in a Semaphore knowledge model and represents a real-world idea or topic. In our example, our concept is the individual astronaut such as Alexander Ivanchenkov. A collection is a group of concepts that are related in some way. We've created a collection based on astronaut gender, which is labeled male astronauts. Collections do not necessarily form a strict ranking or a complete classification. Lastly, a concept scheme groups set of concepts astronauts into a common vocabulary. In this example, we have a concept scheme called people. In Semaphore, every concept must belong to at least one concept scheme. Before we create a new SKOS collection, let's understand the overall architecture of our Semaphore classification model using a concept, collection, and concept scheme. You can use a SKOS collection for a better tuned integration, enabling you to push the collection to targeted consumers. In this example, the concepts are labeled Space Shuttle and SpaceX. These are the real-world ideas in our classification model. Next, we have a collection labeled Reusable Spacecraft Program. The collection organizes the concepts in a non-hierarchical manner. Finally, we have a concept scheme that is labeled Vehicle. This is the top-level organizational structure. To begin, let's create a new collection. Select the plus icon on the blue bar to launch the Create a New Collection dialog box, and call it Reusable Spacecraft Program. We will use this new collection to organize the Space Shuttle and SpaceX concepts, associating them with the Reusable Spacecraft Program. Select Save to advance to the next screen. Let's populate Reusable Spacecraft Program with members. Select the Add a Member button. Add the members Space Shuttle and SpaceX program separately to this collection using the search bar. The members will appear below the Add a Member button. Let's enrich the concepts that belong to our Reusable Spacecraft Program. Enrichment of concepts increases their relevancy in a semantic search. We will associate the Space Shuttle to other concepts and add memberships to other concept schemes and collections with Space Shuttle metadata. To begin, let's select the Space Shuttle concept. To get there, select the list view in the left blue bar and pick the Reusable Spacecraft Program and select Space Shuttle. We can add a synonym to a concept using an alternative label. Let's add an alternative label using the AI function in Semaphore. Select the magic wand icon beside the Suggest Alternative label. The context menu appears to the right. Select Basic and click on the Get Suggestions button. Select the English language suggestion, which is the Space Shuttle Orbiter, and click on Create Selected to create the alternative new label. The built-in AI tool populates the selected data into the concept's alternative label field. In Semaphore, we can visualize how a concept is related to other concepts and concept schemes. Note that currently the visualizer does not visualize collections. That's coming in a future release. The visualizer tool can be accessed by selecting the collections view. Select the reusable spacecraft and select the space shuttle. Let's visualize our concepts and concept schemes in this model. To do this, select Visualizer on the menu bar. A map appears. In this map, you will see the Space Shuttle has a set of narrow relationships with other concepts, such as the Space Shuttle Atlantis and others. You can also see at a glance the Space Shuttle concept's preferred and alternative labels. We also see that the concepts called vehicles and manned space missions are top concepts for the Space Shuttle concept. In this video, we have learned how to use SKOS Collections to organize concepts into curated groupings. The concepts in such groupings remain rank neutral. We also learned the building blocks of a Semaphore classification model. These are concepts, concept schemes, and collections. Thank you for watching this video. For additional resources, check the description below.